In today's video, we're going to create this black and white presentation template in PowerPoint. So let's get started. I already have PowerPoint open and I've created a blank presentation. So I'm just going to select both of these and delete. I'm going to right click and then format the background. We're going to change the color of the background to black. Now let's go to shapes. I'm going to insert a circle. Let's go to outline, set it to no outline, and change the fill to white. The height of this circle is going to be 6 and the width is going to be 6 also. And I'm just going to have this here. Let's go to insert text box and we're going to type black. So I'm going to select this. The font we're going to use is Montserrat and we're going to make the size 44. Let me increase the width of this so that it will fit, and we have this. I'm going to select this circle and this text, group it. Now I'm just going to move this around till I find the center and also the middle. Then I'm going to use my arrow key to just move it off the center, and then I'm going to create a copy using Ctrl and Shift to create a copy while keeping it aligned, so we can have a second version of this one. And I'm just going to make sure that their spacing is equal, and this one I'm going to change to white. And I forgot to do something. Let's make the alignment center, and this one as well, we're going to make the alignment of the text center. And that's it. Let's see it in the presentation view. Yeah, we're done with the title slide. Now let's move on to the next slide. So let's start with this. Ungroup this slide, just the one that is white, and then duplicate it. Select this group and just this text and delete that. What we're doing will make sense later on in the video. So select this oval and go to shape format, make it 42 by 42. Now let me zoom out and center this over our slide. I'm going to go to full screen view, then go to the selection pane, turn off the visibility of this oval so we can see what we're working is here for now. I'm going to go back to the background and change the background to white. Now we're going to insert text box. I'm going to grab this first, just black and white. I'm going to paste that here. Select the text box and we're going to change this to Montserrat. Size is going to be 40. Let me just move it slightly. Yeah, we may still have to move it later. I'm going to use Ctrl and Shift to create a copy while keeping it aligned. I'm going to grab the second part of our title, which is simply presentation, and I'm going to paste. Next, let's insert our body text. So I'm going to go to insert text box and I'm going to copy all of this. You can generate your own lorem ipsum text if you want, using any AI chatbot you use, or you could Google it. If you want to use exactly the same ones I'm using, the link to the GitHub repository for all of this will be in the description below, as well as the link to all the images I'm going to use. I'm just going to paste this here. Now select the entire text box. We're going to change the font, and the font is going to be Sanskrit text. Size is going to be 18. We're going to leave it like that. Let's just perhaps move it up a bit till we have this. Let's add our image, then we'll figure out the final spacing for everything. Now I'm going to go to shapes, select the rectangle, and I'm just going to draw one right around here. Go to fill, select no fill, shape outline, change the outline to black, make the height 15.3 and the width 10.2. And I'm just going to have this here for now. We'll still move it. Let me go to my images. Once again, the link to all of these images will be in the description below. We're going to use this image, which is a matchstick. So I'm just going to change the width to 10.2. And I'm going to bring this right around here. I'm going to move it like this. And what we're going to do now, select these two and group them. Now go to alignment, align middle, and we have this. Let me see. I'm going to just let me reduce this a bit, something like this, and I'm going to just move this up, move this down, select both of them, and then move it back here. So the final detail is go to your selection pane and make that oval visible. It's going to make sense. Once again, it's going to make sense later on the video, but for now let's just leave it like this. So let's see it in the slideshow view. Yeah, this is it. We're done with the first slide, or the second slide rather. Let's now go on to the next slide. So I'm going to create a blank slide. We're going to start with an image, and I'm going to use this one. Move this to the left. Now go to insert, text box, and we're going to copy the title, which is just Lorem Ipsum, and we're going to paste this here. The size for this is going to be 36. The font is going to be Montserrat, and size is going to be 36. I'm just going to extend it so that it will all fit. Like, let's say, let's have it here. Probably we'll move it around. Let's insert some icons. So go to insert icons, and we'll give that a moment to load. Going to select this icon. Let's scroll down a bit. This one and this one, and let's insert. I'm not going to change their dimensions or even their color. I'm just going to click on escape to deselect all of them, and I'm just going to move them, let's say like this. Now let's go to insert text box. Let's grab the contents. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste this here. Select the text box, change it to the font to Sanskrit text. Size remains 18, and I'm just going to increase this. I'm going to just bring this text here. First of all, I want to make sure that these icons are aligned. I could see that they were kind of, but just to make sure, align center. And we have this. So what I'm going to do now is maybe just move it a little. Control and Shift to create a copy while keeping it aligned. Still holding Control and Shift, I'm going to create a copy like this. Select this two, group. Select this two again, group, and finally select this two and group. And I think I'm okay with the spacing and the positioning of the heading and that, or the title, and that's it. So let's say it's in the slideshow view. Yeah, we're done with this slide. Let's move on to the next slide. So I'm just going to create a blank slide. Let's start with an image, and I'm just going to find my image, which is this one. I'm just going to bring it in. Now go to crop, move this handle on the right all the way to this edge, and move the one on the left all the way to this one, this edge. So go back to crop, select fill, and move this image and bring this candlestick up and then escape. Go to insert text box. We're going to copy the title for this, and we're going to just paste and select the text box, change the font to Montserrat, size is 36, and the color is going to be white. Let's increase the width of this text box so to fit, change the alignment of the text to center, and I'm just going to make sure it's in the center like this. Once again, go to insert. We're going to insert a text box. Let's grab our title for this one. I'm going to copy that and paste. Select the text box. Let's start by let's say change the color to white. Change this font to Sanskrit text, and size is going to be 20, and make it bold. And I'm just going to move it to this side around here. Let's insert another text box. Let's grab the rest of our text. I'm just going to copy this, and I'm just going to paste. Select the text box. Let's change it to white, and this is going to be Sanskrit text. Size is going to be 18, and I'm just going to increase the width of this, and my text is on 7 lines. Let me just kind of figure out an appropriate spacing. Let's see this. You know what, I could move this text. Let me select this text box. I'll just use my arrow key to move it up a bit. Select these two, and I'm going to move both of them up. While they are both selected, Control and Shift and then drag, and we'll create a copy till we have equal spacing on both sides. And that's it. Let me close this. Yeah, let's see it in the presentation or the slideshow view. Yeah, we're done with this slide. Let's move on to the next slide. So we'll just create a new slide. Right click and then format background. Change the color of this background to black. I'm going to go to my images, and I'm going to grab this image, and I'm just going to import it, and I'm going to move it all the way to the right. I'm just going to close this. Now let's insert a text. So let's go to insert and text box. I'm just going to write 01 with a period, and I'm going to select that, change this to Montserrat, size 96, and let's make it white so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to extend this, and I'm going to move this text so it's touching the top of our presentation, and also I'm going to move it so it's, let me see, okay, it's supposed to be at the edge. I can't see the edge of the image because the edge is also black. Okay, there it is. Let's insert another detail, which is a shape. So go to shapes, and I'm going to go to these basic shapes, and I'm going to pick the hexagon, and I'm just going to insert that. Change the height to 9.35, and the width is going to be 10.85. Next, go to shape outline, make the outline white, shape fill, no fill, and I'm just going to select this and center it here, and then bring it here. So what we're going to do now, go to our selection pane, bring the hexagon down. I'm going to use my arrow key and just I'm just going to use my arrow key to move this in until we just have a bit of it sticking out like this. So once again, let's go to insert text box. Let's grab the title for this one, I'm going to just have it around here. I'm going to paste that. Select the text box. Let's change the color to white. Change the font to Montserrat. Size is 28. And I'm going to increase the width of this like this. Once again, go to insert text box, and I'm going to grab my remaining text, copy it, and paste. Let's change the color to white. Oops, select the text box, change the color to white, and the text, the font is going to be Sanskrit. The size is going to remain the same. Let's increase the width so text will be on 5 lines, sorry. Let me just select this and move it a bit to this side. Let's also move this. I want to increase this. I will have a bit of the text sticking out here. I'm just going to select this text box here and just align the title text to this other one on the left. And yeah, that's it. Let's take a moment to look at it in the presentation view or the slideshow view. Yeah, this is it. We're done with this slide. Let's move on to the next slide. So go ahead and create a new slide. Let's go to our images, and I'm going to grab this image and I'm going to bring it in. Let's go to insert text box, and I'm going to select the title for this slide, and I'm going to paste it. Select the title. We're going to change the font to Montserrat. Size is going to be 32. And just increase the width. Change the alignment to center, and I'm just going to kind of move around to figure out the center in this area. It's not going to be perfect, but it's alright. Let me just move this up a bit. Now go to insert charts, go to line charts and select this one. Now at this area, just move this so I will have only 2 lines, and you can close this. Go to format. Height is going to be 9.5 and the width is going to be 17.5. Let's move this. I can just close this. Now right click anywhere on the chart and then format chart area. Select this line, change the color to black, select this one and change the color to this, and we'll just delete select the chart title and delete it, and I'll just move it to center it. Finally, let's insert another text box. So go to insert text box, and I'm going to grab my text, copy it, and I'm just going to paste it here. Let's go back to this and change this to Sanskrit text. I'm going to increase it so it to match the width of chart area. And yeah, that looks fine. I don't think I want to move anything. Maybe just move this so that they all have equal spacing. But that's it. That's it in the slideshow view. And yeah, we're done with this slide. Let's move on to the next slide. So go ahead and create a new slide. Let's start with a text box. So I'm going to go to insert text box, and I'm going to copy this, and we're going to paste this here. Select the text box, change the font to Montserrat. Size is 36, and we're going to increase the width of this. Next, go to insert, and we're going to select smart art. Let's go to list, I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to select this one that says target list, and I'm just going to paste this. Now we're going to select this entire smart art, go to format, go to size, make the height 15.5 and the width is going to be 17.5. I'm going to move this here, maybe bring it down a bit. Now let's go to our text, and this first text is going to be lorem, and we're just going to come here, paste that, same here, paste, same, paste. Let's grab the remaining text, copy it, paste, and just paste it in all 6 spaces. Now we're going to, let's start from left to right. Select this area. We're currently in format. Go to fill and change the fill to black. Select this area, black, this area as well, black. Now select this area, go to outline, select black. Here as well, make the outline black. And finally for this one, make the outline black. Now let's go to home, and now we'll have the option for our text. So we can now change this to Sanskrit text. Same here, Sanskrit text. Final one, Sanskrit text. This one we can just select the entire text box, make it Sanskrit, and then okay, the size has changed to 15. We're going to, that was what I was going to do, but it changed by itself. Same thing with this one. I'm going to change it to Sanskrit text. Finally, same with this one as well, Sanskrit text. Now I'm just going to move it maybe a bit more, then we'll put our image, we'll insert our image, then figure out the final spacing. Now let's grab our image, which is this one. I'm just going to bring it in. Now move this all the way to the right. One final detail is a circle. Just insert a circle. I'm going to click to insert, make the height 9.6, width is 9.6. Make the outline black and remove the fill. I'm just going to move this circle somewhere around here, and what we're going to do is go to our selection pane, move the oval all the way to the back, and yeah, we have this. Let's see, let me move this, let me just center it, center the text, and I'm going to move it a bit. So now that's it. So let's go to the slideshow view. Yeah, this is it, we're done with this slide. Let's move on to the next slide. So go ahead and create a new slide. First of all, let's right click, format background, and change the background to black. Next, let's grab the next image, which is this one, and I'm just going to bring it in. Move it to the right. Next, go to insert, shapes, rectangle, and I'm just going to insert one here. Go to outline, no outline, fill is white. Height is 16 and the width is 24. I'm going to just center it like this. Yeah, something like that. Now let's go to insert text box, notes. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Select the entire text box and make the font Montserrat size 36. Increase the width of this text box so as all the words will fit. And I'm just going to move it slightly to this side. Go to insert text box. Let's grab the remaining text. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Select the entire text box, change it to Sanskrit text, and size is 18. I'm just going to increase the width of this so we have something like this. Let me move it to this side so it will align with the other text on top. Let me raise it up a bit, then bring this one down. Yeah, that's it. Let's see this slide in the slideshow view. Yeah, this is it, and we're done with this slide. Let's move to the next slide. So create a new slide. I'm going to grab the next image, which is going to be this one, and I'm just going to bring it in. Let's zoom out a bit. I'm going to move the image to this edge and then picture format, then crop. Let's drag this all the way here and grab this handle and increase the size of this like this. Escape, and we have this. Now let's go to insert. We're going to insert a text box, and this is just going to be 02. Select the text box, change the font to Montserrat, size is going to be 96. Let's increase the width, and I'm just going to bring it right around there. Next, another text box. Let's grab the title. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste that here. Select the entire text box, change the font to Montserrat, size is 28. I'm going to move it a bit, let's say here, and once again insert text box. Let's grab the remaining text, select everything and copy, and I'm going to paste it here. Select the entire text box, change the font to Sanskrit, and the size is going to remain 18. Now let's increase this till we have 4 lines, and then we can move things around. I'm going to move this, let's see, here. I'm going to move this text around here, and this one, let's move it, let's say here, and I'm just going to find an alignment that works. That's it. So let's see it in the slideshow. Yeah, this is it, and we're done with this. Let's go on to the next slide. So create a new slide. Let's start with a rectangle. So I'm just going to go to shapes, rectangle, and I'm just going to create this. No outline, change the fill to black, and I'm just going to bring this here. Extend it to the end of our to cover the entire length of our slide. The width is going to be 13. Now I'm just going to move this. Let's insert another shape. Go to insert, go to shapes, and I'm going to select this right triangle, and I'm just going to create this. No outline, change the fill to black. Increase the height so it should cover the entire height of our slide, and make the width 7.85, and I'm just going to bring it so it's touching this other one. Now go to rotate, and we're going to flip horizontal, and just to make sure, move it so it these two are perfectly aligned here, and then you can select both of them and group it. Now let's grab our image, which is this one. I'm going to bring it in, change the width to 12.5, and then center it, put it in the middle and also the center. Next, let's insert our text. Go to insert text box, and I'm going to come over here, copy this. I'm going to minimize and then paste. Select the entire text box, and we're going to change the font to Montserrat. Size is going to be 32. I'm just going to move this a bit here and align it to the image. Let's insert another text box. Go to insert text box. Let me grab my subheading, copy it, and I'm going to paste. Select the entire text box, change the font to Sanskrit text, make it bold, and then change the size to 20. Let's insert another text box. Go to insert text box. I'm going to grab the remaining text, copy it, and we're going to paste. Select the entire text box, and we're going to change this to Sanskrit, leave the size at 18. Let me increase this, and our text is on, let me see, I believe 8 lines, and that's fine. Let me align the bottom of this text to the bottom of that image, and let me align this text as well, and it's going to be at the center line. So let me select all three. I'm going to move them just a little bit to the left. Now select these two texts, Control and Shift, and then drag. Then we can create a copy that is perfectly aligned, and we'll just kind of center it here. While they are both selected, change the text color to white. So let's see it in the slideshow view. Yeah, that's it, and we're done with this slide. Let's move on to the next slide. So go to new slide. I'm going to go to my images, and I'm going to import an image, which is this one. Now go to crop, extend this handle by the right all the way to the right, this one all the way to the left. Go to crop, set it to fill, and I'm going to move this image down like this. Escape. Now go to shapes, rectangle, and we're just going to insert one here. Go to fill, set it to no fill, shape outline, make it black. Height is 16.85, and the width is 30.75, and I'm just going to center that and align it to the middle as well. Let's insert another rectangle. Go to insert, we're going to go to shapes, rectangle, and I'm going to create this. Go to outline, no outline, fill is black. Height is going to be 14, and the width is going to be 27.45. Now center this and also align it to the middle like that. Go to insert text box, and we're going to grab the text for this, select everything, copy, and then paste, select the text box, change the font to Montserrat, color white, size of the text 32, align it to center, and I'm just going to make sure that this is also at the center. One more text, so go to insert text box and select everything, copy this, minimize, and we're going to paste. I'm going to select the text box, change it to white, change the font to Sanskrit text. I'm going to leave the size as 18. Let me increase this, change the alignment to center. Let me extend this a little bit, and I'm going to align this to the middle as well, and I'm going to bring this down. You know what, I'm going to move this up a bit, and I'm going to bring this down so that you also have the same spacing from the top. And that's it. Let's see it in the slideshow view. Yeah, and we're done with this slide. Let's go on to the next slide. So new slide, let's start with our image. I'm going to select this image and I'm going to bring it into our presentation. Move it to the left, go to insert text box, and this is going to be 03. Select the entire text box, change the font to Montserrat, size is going to be 96. I'm just going to increase the width and then change the alignment to right. Let me move it for now. We may still have to move it, but let's see for now. Go to insert once more, text box. Let's go to our notes. I'm going to copy the title and I'm going to just paste, select the entire text box, change the font to Montserrat, size is going to be 28. I'm going to extend this text box and I'm going to change the alignment to right also. Finally, let's go to insert text box and we're going to copy all of this and I'm going to paste. Let me increase the width. I'm going to select the entire text box, change the font to Sanskrit text and change the alignment to right. Let's increase this a bit and till we have this, and I'm just going to move it so it's aligned to the right also. Let me just bring this a bit closer, maybe even more. Move this a bit and then bring this down. Yeah, that's it. Let's see it in the slideshow view. Yeah, this is it, and we're done with this slide. Let's move on to the next slide. So new slide, we're going to start with our image. I'm going to go back to my images, select this one and bring it in. Go to crop, move this handle to the right and move this one to the left. Go back to crop, select fill, and I'm just going to move this down and then escape. Now go to insert text box. Let's go to heading for this one. We just have this heading, then we'll have a table. I'm going to paste it here. You can't really see it, but just change the font to Montserrat and size is 28. I'm just going to extend this like this and then go to shape formats and then fill, make it white so we can have this white background behind our text. Once again, go to insert and we're going to insert a table this time. Go to insert table, number of columns is 10, number of rows is 8, and okay. and just change it to this black one. I'm just going to select it, move it here, go to table layout. The width is going to be, the height is going to be 12 and the width is going to be 30.5. And I'm just going to, since we have this table, let's center it, then we can move our text to align it. So I'm just going to move this here. Okay, now I can move this text to align it with this one also. And yeah, that's it. So let's see it in the full screen view. And this is it, we're done with this slide. Let's go on to the next slide. So create a new slide. Let's start with our title. Go to insert text box. I'm going to select this, copy the text, and I'm going to paste this here. I'm going to select the entire text box, change the font to Montserrat, and size is 32. And I'm just going to kind of, let me see, place it here. We may still have to move it around. Now go to insert text box, and I'm going to, let me grab my text first, copy this. I'm going to paste this here, and I'm going to change this font to Sanskrit text. The size is going to be 20 and it's also going to be bold. I'm just going to align it to the center like this, and let's go to insert again, text box. Let's grab the remaining text, copy this, and we're going to paste. Change the font to Sanskrit text and the size remain 18. Let me just move this up and I'll just have it here. I believe this is 8 lines. Let me just align them and just kind of figure out where everything goes. I'm going to select these 3. I'm going to move them a little bit to this side. Let me see if I'll be okay. Now we have equal spacing on the top and here. Before we create a copy of this one, let's bring in our image. I'm going to come here, and this is the image we're going to use. No changes, it's currently aligned to the center and the middle. I'm just going to grab our text, hold Ctrl and Shift, and create a copy. Let's see, somewhere around here. Try to center it as much as possible. Escape, and yeah, let's see it in the slideshow view. Yeah, this is it. Let's move to the next slide. So once again, create a new slide. So we're going to format this background and change it to black. Let's insert a text box, and I'm going to move on to the next slide. Then copy the title, and I'm going to paste. Let's change the font to Montserrat, change the color to white, size is 32. I'm going to increase the width, and I'm just going to move this around here. Probably may still have to move it. Once again, insert text box, and let's copy this text, and I'm going to paste it here. Select, change the color to white, font is Sanskrit text, and I'm going to increase it till our text is on 6 lines. Yeah, let me move this down here, and I'm going to align it. Now let's insert our image. I'm going to go to this, and this is the image we'll use for this one. I'm just going to kind of move it here. Go to insert, and we're going to insert rectangles. So start here, remove the outline, fill is white. This rectangle, the height is going to be 15.5 and the width is going to be 3.2. Now I'm going to place this perfectly in the center and align it to the middle. Create a copy of this. This one will be off the center, so I want it to touch the edge of this slide, but we're going to move this image to meet it. So let's change the height first before we do that. So the height is going to be 11.3 and I'm going to bring it down. Now let's select this image and this rectangle, and we're going to move it here, and you see that it's close to the center but not quite. Let's go to our selection pane. So move this rectangle to the bottom, same with this one, move it to the bottom, and I think it feels a bit too close. I'm going to move this. Yeah, so let's say it's in the slideshow. I'm going to open it. Yeah, and we are done with this slide. Let's go on to the next slide. So new slide. Let's start with this image. I'm just going to bring that in, change the height to 11.78, and I'm just going to bring it to the center here. Next, I'm going to select another image, this one. I'm going to bring it, this one I'm going to make the width 9.75, and I'm going to bring this over here, and I'm going to go to crop and then make them the same height, and I'll just go back to crop, fill, escape. Let's grab our third image, this one, bring it in, move it here, make the width 9.75, and I'm going to bring it here, go to crop, move this handle size equal, and then select fill, escape, go to insert text box, and I'm going to grab the title and I'm going to paste it here. Let's select the entire text box, make the font Montserrat, and size is 32. Let's increase the width, and now let's insert another text box. Go to insert text box and copy this text, and I'm going to paste it here. Select the entire text box, change it to our Sanskrit text, and increase the width of the text box so that we have all our text in 2 lines, like that. And let me see if I could, let me move this and just make sure it's aligned. If PowerPoint gives any suggestions, it's not. Alright, let's just leave it like that. So let's see it in the slideshow view, and yeah, that's it. We're done with this slide. Let's move to next slide. So new slide, let's insert an image, and it's going to be this one. Move it to the right like this. Now let's insert a text box. Go to insert text box, and I'm just going to have this. Let's grab our title. I'm going to copy this and paste. Select the entire text box, and we're going to go to The font, change the font to Montserrat, size is 32. Increase the width of this text box, and we're going to make the alignment of the text center. Go to shapes, we're going to insert a circle, remove the outline, change the fill to black. Now the height is going to be 4.65 by 4.65, and we're just going to have one around here, create another copy here and another one here. We may still have to move it. And next, let's insert some icons. So go to insert and we're going to click on icons. So we're going to select this icon, this one, and this one. And we're going to insert. I'm just going to move them over here. I'm not going to change the dimensions, we'll just leave it as it is. Okay, so let's start with this one. Bring it here. I'm going to go to the fill, change it to white, and then center it to this circle. When in doubt, just use align. So select both. I'm going to align center, align middle, and then group. Same with this one, bring it over here. Let's go to the fill, change the fill to white, and just in case, we're going to use align center, align middle, and then group. Finally, bring in this one, and I'm going to change the fill to white, and I'm going to make sure it's aligned, align middle, align center, and group. I'm just going to move this a little bit to this side, and I'm going to move this one maybe a bit to this side, and I'm just going to select 3 of them. Go to align, distribute horizontally. Now go to insert text box. We're going to grab our text, and which is this, and I'm just going to paste it. I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to paste. Select the entire text box, make it Sanskrit text, make it bold, increase the width, change the alignment to center, and I'm just going to align it to this one. Before we bring in the text for the other ones, let's grab the rest of our text. So I'm going to go to insert text box, and I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste. Select the entire text box, and we're going to change the font to Sanskrit text. Size is going to be 16, and change the alignment to center. Maybe I can increase the width so it will match the one on top, and I'm going to move it till it's not aligning for me. No worries, I'll just figure it out as I go. Okay, so select both of these text. We'll have to do the alignment one more time since it wasn't working, and then we'll group. Select all 3, go to arrange, align center, group. Select this 3 also, arrange, align center, group. Final one, select all 3, arrange, align center, and then group. Now I'll just maybe move this one all the way to this edge, and I'm going to select this one and move it to this edge, select all three, arrange, align, distribute horizontally, and I'm just going to move them down a bit and move the title down a bit also. I'm trying to guesstimate like a center. Okay, I just aligned it to the center of this one, and that's it. So let's see it in the slideshow view. Yeah, that's it. We're done with this slide. Let's move on to the next slide. We're almost done. We're going to grab this image and we're going to bring it in. Let me zoom out to give myself a bit of space to work with. Go to crop, move this handle to the right, move this one to the left, like this. And I'm just going to grab this and I'm going to bring this here, maybe a bit more. And I'm aligning it to the center as I go. Let's see, a bit more like this, and I'm just going to align it to the center and then escape, fit it back into our view. Now let's go to insert text box. Now in the context of this slide, I think you'll be able to tell it's some slides or some presentations tend to have quotes, so this is just a pseudo quote slide. So I'm just going to paste this, change the font to Sanskrit text, size is 40, and I'm going to move it here, let's see, like this, and I'm going to change the alignment to right. Let's go to insert text box, and this will be the name of the person that said the quotes, and I'm going to change this to Sanskrit text, size is 28, make it bold, and change the alignment to right also, and then align it to this. Let's see that we have something like this. Yeah, that's it. So let's see it in the slideshow view. Yeah, we're done with this slide. So go to new slide and let's start with our image. I'm going to select this one and I'm going to bring it in. Change the height to 16, and we're just going to move it till we have something like this. Next, let's insert a shape. So go to insert shapes, rectangle, and I'm just going to kind of draw one over here. Extend the length till the space between the left of our rectangle is the same with the one by the right, and just extend the rectangle till it matches the height of our image. For the outline, make the outline black, fill, select no fill. In our selection pane, we're just going to bring the rectangle behind the image, and we're going to have this. And this was something that I'm just going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make this 15.98, still a bit. Let's try 15.96. I'm going to go to align middle, still doing the same thing. I'm just going to use my arrow key. Okay, 15.96, 15.96, then align to the center, and you have this. It looks just seamless. So let's go to insert text box, and I'm going to grab my text, which is thank you, and I'm going to paste, and we're going to change this to Montserrat. Size is going to be 72, and our Words are going to be on 2 lines, and I'm going to move it around here. Go to insert text box, and I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to paste. Select the entire text box, make it Sanskrit text, and okay, size remains 18. So I'm just going to move things around till it fits. Let me extend the width of this. I'll just move this text slightly to the right, move this one as well to the right. Let me move this one a bit down like this. Okay, that's too much. Let me just use my arrow key up and then bring this one down a bit, and we have equal spacing on the top and bottom, and that's it. Let's see it in a slideshow view. Okay, this is our last slide. Now we can go into our transitions and animations. Let's scroll back to our first slide. In the context of this particular video, I'm not going to apply any transition or animation on this title slide because I've already done it before in my channel. So the video will be up on the screen in the card above, or the link will be in the description box below if you want to see the animation for this particular title slide. So this is a very, I won't say very long, but it's quite a bit of we have a number of slides. We have, I believe it's we have 19 slides in this. So if we wanted to add the transitions and then the animations one by one, it's going to be very tedious. So I'm just going to show you what I typically do. So most presentations will have one transition, but for the purpose of this particular presentation and what I was going for, one slide has a different transition to the others. So I'm just going to show you how I tend to work with this. So typically in a PowerPoint presentation, you're always encouraged to use one transition. If you want to use more than one transition, you need to be intentional about it, and it's the design of your project needs to follow whatever it is you're designing for. I've done some presentations with multiple transitions, but it depends on the design of your presentation. But in the future, I'll show you how I tend to mix and match transitions in multiple transitions in one presentation. So I'm just going to select this slide, go to transitions, and I want to use the reveal animation, the reveal transition like this. So I'm not going to have a transition on this first slide. I'm just going to leave it blank. But what I'll do is, the duration is currently 3.4. That's a bit slow. I want it to be a bit faster, so I'm going to reduce this to 2 seconds, and then I'm going to click on apply to all. Now we've applied this transition as well as the duration to all slides, so we don't need to do that one by one. For this first slide, I'll just make it none. I don't want any transition on the first slide. For the second one, we're going to change it to morph, and you can see that circle increase and then it will become this slide. That's what I'm going for. So if you actually applied that animation I'm talking about that I did in my channel previously, it's going to be a very cool animation because the circle will be moving and then it becomes this. But let's go ahead and add our animations to our text. So the animation I want to use is the fade animation. So I'm going to click on this first text, go to animations, select fade. The duration is currently 5.50. I'm okay with that. We're just going to change the start to with previous. Select this one. We're going to, let me select this text box. The animation is still going to be fade, but the timing is going to be after previous. Select this one, and we're going to select fade, go to effect, make it by paragraph, and we're going to change the start to after previous, and now the paragraphs will come in one after the other. Let's go to slide 3. Let's go to this, and now we'll use fade. Once again, change the start to with previous. Select this group, make it fade. The start is going to be after previous. This one is also going to be fade. The start is going to be after previous, and this one also is going to be fade with after previous. Now, instead of going to all our remaining 17 slides and applying this animation one by one, we're going to use the animation painter to do this very quickly. So the first item in all our slides are going to have their start at with previous, and the animations all fade. So I'm just going to select this text that we've applied our animation to, come to animation painter, double click. Now you have this paintbrush icon near your cursor, and now we can go to other slides and apply this exact animation and timing or properties to other elements in our slide. So go to 4, select this, and we've applied the same settings. Let's go to number 5. We're going to apply it to number 1 here. Go to slide 6, apply to the title. Slide 7, we're going to apply to the title. Slide 8, apply to the title. Slide 9, we're going to apply to number 2. Go to slide 10, apply to this title. Slide 11, apply to the title. Go to 12, we're going to apply to this number. Slide 13, it's going to be the title. 14, same thing. Let's go to slide 15. We're going to do the same thing. Slide 16, apply to just the title. Slide 17, title. For slide 18, it's quite unique because it's a quote slide, but it's the first item, so we'll apply to this one. And finally, let's go to number 19, and we're going to apply to this, and I'm going to click on escape, and that way we've closed our animation painter. Now we can go back to slide 3 and then copy these other animations to apply to other elements in our presentation. Select this item, and we're going to, so this one is fade, time start is after previous. Double click the animation painter, go to slide 4, start with this one, then this, and then this. So we're applying it according to how we want it to appear every time we start when we move to the next slide. Go to 5, apply to this, and then this. Let's go to number 6, apply it to this chart, then this text. Let's go to slide 7, apply it to this smart art. Go to slide 8, apply to this text. Go to slide 9, apply to the title and then the body text. Go to 10, apply to this subtitle, body text, subtitle, then body text. Go to 10, apply just to the text. Go to 12, the title and then the body text. Go to 13, apply to the table. Slide 14, subtitle, the body text, subtitle and then the body text. Let's go to slide 15, apply to this one. Slide 16, apply to this one. Slide 17, start from left to right, this group, then this group, then this one. I'm going to scroll down, apply this one to the placeholder for the name, and then finally we're going to apply to this one, escape to remove the animation painter. Now let's start our presentation from the beginning and we can see how it looks like. If you don't want to start from, scroll to the first slide, just click on this. It's going to start from the beginning. So let's just start our presentation. So when I click on this, we'll have our first slide, our second slide, and when I click on, I'm using my arrow keys to navigate. This is the next slide, and then we'll have our text coming one by one. I know that this was quite a long one. We worked on 19 slides, A lot of times when you are working with PowerPoint presentations, if you want to create a template, or you're working on a project, or for whatever reason that you have a PowerPoint presentation ready, you just have to think of the design. So I'll always encourage you to change things around. Maybe the timing of text or the transition is not something you like. Always change it. Look at every project as a blank slate and move things around and just play with the settings or timings or even colors. Like, I really love this monochrome effect where we have black and white, but in the future I love the black and yellow, or black and red, or maybe gold and white, or those. Just pick images that have this two color effects and maybe play around with them. But that's it. We have come to this end. We have come to the end of this video. If you liked it, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.